I was not scared, but I was aware of the danger. And we're talking about Grange Halls out in the middle of nowhere. It's a cult. It's like religious fervor. And they have all of their examples of them being persecuted, right? And that they've overcome this persecution by the federal government or the state government or the United Nations, the biggest boogeyman. And these people would feed on that. So it was like a revival meeting. Very strange, not the kind of people you meet at Starbucks. I know the first time I encountered it, I had to go talk to Paul right away, to get debriefed, which is an important thing for people to do if they encounter it. If you don't feel safe, leave and go somewhere you do feel safe. And wherever you go, tell somebody. Tell somebody you trust about what you experienced. That'll put it in perspective and keep you from panicking and allow you to become effective in countering that.
Did anybody ever suspect you or anything, or you just kind of blend in? Did you chant with them and stuff?
No, I did not participate. I just sat and watched, listened, and observed. Paul had written an article about this in a Seattle weekly. I think it was the East Side Week back then, at Paul de Armand. And so his name was known by the Patriots. Mine was not. And they had identified his face because they had seen him at their meetings and they had read his article and they put two and two together. So at one of their meetings they held, Paul and I talked beforehand, and Paul says, okay, they know who I am. I'm going to go sit up front on one side with my journalist pad taking notes, maybe my pocket recorder, very visible. He says, you go in the back on the other side and just watch. Just blend in. He says, when I leave, they'll think the cover's clear. And you can just gather all the stuff. And that's what I did. Their rant gets pretty boring. It's always the same. They have canned speeches. They know they're working an audience. And they travel from county to county. It's like a traveling circus show. And it gets these guys enthused. And then they have a network. And they can keep in touch. And you go from area to area, and all of their literature's boilerplate. It's all the same. You can tell it's being organized. It's like finding treasure. It's like a treasure hunt. Every time I dig up something that will nail these guys and prevent them from gaining political power, it's like you just found gold. That happened in 2019 when the Christian white supremacy network in Whatcom County, where I live, attempted to take over the county government with the backing of BP and the oil and fossil fuel exporters.